Just got done with the boat ride, which was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Tonle Sap River, Mekong River. Gonna watch some volleyball. Here we go. Standard operating procedure here in Cambodia. Fucking everywhere. Trash like this, plastics everywhere. Figured I'd catch some of this volleyball. It's been pretty entertaining so far. Just cracked a beer if you're wondering what that sound was. They're definitely like grabbing the ball and then like pushing it as opposed to like swatting it. Which like in the US, people would be calling fucking rules left and right. So what I like about this is if you remember the snap from the elevator earlier in the day, I said that I was gonna go do 4 or 5 different things and I ended up doing all of them in this one day in Phnom Penh. And this is kind of one of my favorite things to do, is to just find a place to sit and watch some locals, and if they're playing sports, even better. I ended up doing the same thing in Peru, watching a different sport. These guys are having a good fucking time, even though it's a million degrees out here. And oh boy, was it hot. I was just sitting there sweating. But, you know, I was just sitting there drinking a beer, watching sports. I mean, look at this trash. Like, what in the fuck? It's ridiculous. It's everywhere, too. Literally everywhere. Yeah, the trash was everywhere, and the trash is everywhere in a lot of countries, and that's why... And they don't have very good sewage systems either, and they don't have clean drinking water. And so really, when you want to start talking about environmental concerns, let's start with cleaning up trash, having sewage taken care of, and getting clean drinking water. The stuff the environmentalists are concerned about in today's day and age is just absurd when you end up like traveling to a third world country. But anyway, this was one of the really great enjoyable experiences, just sitting here watching these people play. And you'll keep watching my episodes, you'll see something similar happen in Peru. But it was amazing. These guys were all playing in bare feet, or at least most of them were. Some of them had shoes on. Extremely rough dirt and like garbage that they're playing on, and then that went right down to the river, the hill over there, so they kept losing the ball down there and having to run down after the ball and stuff. And meanwhile, it's like 95 degrees and 90% humidity. It was pretty crazy. The streets of Phnom Penh. Tuk-tuk, 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 tuk-tuk. Walking back to the hotel, sweaty, stopped for a beer. I'm gonna drink my way back there because I'm about to die. Second bar of the night here in Phnom Penh on the walk back to my hotel. Gonna drink a beer, gonna sit here, gonna watch this crazy ass shit go by. Good morning, Phnom Penh. It's 8:30. Let's get this day started. For you longtime followers on Snapchat, you remember I had $750 in cash and snapped it down to $150. Haven't been robbed, nothing wrong happened. He's a great businessman. This person I met yesterday sent his brother, who knew my name, my exact plans, and the price that we had agreed on, so that's pretty amazing. I think this is the statue of Sihanouk. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sihanouk, maybe, I don't know. Pretty cool though. This is Independence Monument. Very recognizable structure here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Very cool out here, loving it. Just got brought to this place called the Tuk Tuk Cafe, which makes me wonder if all these tuk tuk drivers always bring people here. Probably. This was called beef lok sak and fish amok. That fish amok, or whatever it's called, was amazing. So this fish amok is Steam cooked fish in banana leaves with curry, and it's so soft, it's so delicious. Something must have happened to my phone because I have a bunch of clips without sound, which is a real bummer. I have no idea what I'm saying in any of these clips. But I know that I was going to the killing fields, and that's where this is. This is the very start of the killing fields. That's a memorial, and inside there are a ton of human skulls. And this is a killing tree, which is a tree which children and infants were smashed against because their parents were accused of crimes against the Khmer Rouge.
Definitely want to learn more about history of Cambodia and what all went on here. It's incredible. Just got done going to Tuol Genocide Museum, prison thing, S-21. It's truly horrific, very an emotional thing. I did the audio tour. It was extremely emotional.
S-21 prison by the Khmer Rouge is just one of the all-time worst things to possibly ever happen. 17,000 people were imprisoned at Tuol. At any one time, the prison held between 1,000 to 1,500 prisoners, and it used to be an old high school. And so when you walked in, you could tell it was an old high school, but they totally converted it and put, bars on the windows and things like that. Basically, when prisoners would get there, they were forced to strip down, and all their possessions were taken, and they were taken to their cells, and they were shackled to the walls or the concrete floor. And those that were held in the mass cells were collectively shackled to long pieces of an iron bar, and they still had those iron bars there at S-21 prison. The shackles were fixed to alternating bars. Prisoners slept with their heads in opposite directions. They slept without any mats or mosquito nets or blankets, and they did say that bugs would come in sometimes, and they would just try to eat them, even though it's disgusting to eat a living bug, but they would do that, and then they'd get in trouble if they were caught by the guards. But they had minimal food. All they had was a watery soup twice a day. And
oh, and another thing, they actually had a survivor of the prison there sitting on the moon. Really old guy. Couldn't believe that.
Basically, how S-21 prison operated was people would come there, and then they would torture them until they confessed, and then once they confessed, they were taken out to the killing fields and killed. And basically, most people were held there for 2 to 3 months, and they would all they would be tortured with electric shocks, searing hot metal instruments, and hanging, various other devices, cutting with knives, suffocated with plastic bags. They also pulled out fingernails or pouring alcohol in the wounds, holding prisoners' heads underwater and putting their head in the human feces and lifting them up with their arms behind their back until their arms dislocated. Women were raped, and human organs were removed with no anesthetic, and they hooked up pumps to people and dropped out every drop of blood to see how long people could survive. And then they would force their confessions, and then they would be taken to S-21 prison and killed. And so it was just one of the, obviously one of the worst things to ever happen. And out of those 17,000 that went there, the vast majority of them, 95%, ended up dying. There's only 1 or 2 survivors left, and they actually are still at the prison talking to people and stuff, which is pretty incredible.